If today you think you've lost the plot and you're feeling a bit bemused, now think on, consider hard if what I say makes you confused. Because what I've found these last few years concerns me quite a lot. Cast your eyes down these next few lines and tell me if we've all lost the plot. If we want to be found but we leave no clues, if we're out of the club because we've paid no dues, if we'd rather be an Eskimo but we hate igloos, then surely we've lost the plot. If we really can't remember why we've got these different glues, if we really care for what we say to him, because we know he always sues, if we don't find it really hard to sleep on our church's stone-hard pews, you don't really think that we've lost the plot, do you? If we fancy a game of snooker, but there are not any cues, if we've had to live a life of don'ts, with hardly any do's, if we believe that we could visit Wales and not see any ewes, no, don't tell me, we have lost the plot, haven't we? If we have to take the blame for out because there's no one to accuse, if Saturdays were as important to us as they are to many Jews, if we tried to make a longbow without the use of ewes, then we've most definitely lost the plot. If it's a 20-minute walk we'd need to go to the nearest loos, if our poor old feet are aching in our badly fitting shoes, if once we're there we're not prepared to wait in those flipping queues, then the plot is what we've lost and the plot is what we need. If we thought they were serious but it ended up a ruse, if once we knew a tomcat that we always knew as Sue's, if animals in cages have put us right off zoos, then we're not losing the plot, are we? If we find that we're surrounded by many different hues, if we find that we never win but we always seem to lose, if we sometimes use bad language that we really can't excuse, then you'll have to excuse us, not. If our stomach says we cannot sail, but we've a desire to take a cruise, if we're wide awake at bedtime but we're desperate to snooze, if we're like a rechargeable battery that we simply can't reuse, then we currently have lost the plot. If we're very keen to have a drink but we've given up the booze, if we've got a box of tea bags that simply won't infuse, if we want to rough 'em up a bit but we're inclined to easily bruise, we have definitely lost the tea plot. If we often bore you rigid and it's you we can't enthuse, if our light has gone completely out and we haven't got a fuse, if we'd like to take the family out in a flotilla of orange canoes, then look us up. If you tell us that you play guitar, then you should always play the blues. If you fancy being a panda car, then use your blues and twos. If, like us, you hate today, 'cause they refer to you as yous, then we were wrong just now, we are definitely losing the plot. And finally, if we're sure that we are funny but we really don't amuse, if usually our lengthy directions to you serve only to confuse, if a tooth that landed on Mary's plate ends up being one of Sue's, then we really have lost the plot. Log us all up and throw away the key and call the dentist.